Hello everyone, welcome back to Optionsmith. I've got a few exciting changes to describe that we have created in Optionsmith, and I think that all of you who are using Optionsmith will really enjoy this. So the first thing I wanted to show is that I've added the concept of widgets to the dashboard in Optionsmith. And this is kind of a basic, simple functionality, but I think it's really powerful in that you can now add these widgets to the top that are based on either tagging that you've put in positions or group types. So for example, if I click on widgets here and I go to add a new widget, you can give it a title, and that's what it will show at the top of the widget. But then you can decide if you want that widget to be based on tag statistics or a group type. And so for example, I've put in the tag that I use for all the positions within my day trading plan, which I call SPX Flex. And what that does is then it puts it at the top of your screen and it looks at all of your positions that you've tagged with that specific tag, and it accumulates the basic analytical data like what your total P&L is, your win rate, your win losses, and it just keeps them displayed at the top. It uses the closed positions and also the open positions, so as the quotes update in the background, this total P&L will actually change during market hours and show you what your total P&L is for all the positions you've tagged closed and open with that tag. So I have my strategy tagged in all of my positions, and I can see at a glance exactly what my P&L is for that strategy at any time, which is really nice because my trading plan actually has a scaling piece built into it. So when I go in every morning and I want to see how many contracts I will be using when I trade, I look at what my P&L is, and I have this in privacy mode right now, so it's not actually showing that, and that's just because I don't like to have my account numbers in the video. But when I'm not in privacy mode, those values all display here. But I'll look at that and I can see in my trading plan right here what my contract size will be based on what my P&L is. Now, speaking of trading plans, I want to recommend actually using the analytics page and taking advantage of this feature we have where you can export data for AI. Now, I know I had said before that I wasn't using that at first very much, but I've started to use it actually every day. What I do is after a strategy trade has happened and it's closed, I will export the data for that strategy. I'll select the tag, and then this exports all of the positions that have been part of that tag to a file. And then I go into something like ChatGPT and I upload the file, and I have an ongoing chat in there where I just say, here's my up-to-date trading log. What do you think about what happened? I talk with it back and forth about trading psychology. I think it's a really good way to have a very objective but knowledgeable position on how things are going with your trading plan, and it can give you good guardrails to keep you focused, like saying, stick with this plan, don't start changing things. One of the worst things you can do is when you have a loss, start thinking you need to tweak your plan immediately. So I'm going to recommend using this. If you're an Optionsmith user, this is actually a very nice way to be able to quickly take all of the positions. It creates a file in JSON format, which is a very computer readable format for data. And that's become part of my trading process, and it's helped immensely, and it helps to just really stay in an objective mindset and keep that trading psychology intact. So there's that piece with the tags. But I would say these widgets are actually something that just came to me a few days ago, and it's another, I think, really amazing differentiating feature of this trading platform. Another thing I wanted to mention is that I added the ability to create adjustments in your positions. So for an open position, you can just go in and click Add Adjustment and make a quick little, let's say there was some sort of discrepancy. We've had some people actually experience something where Schwab did a mistake and they had to change a value or on dividends or something like that. But anyway, just in case there's something that's not quite right with what Schwab is giving us for your positions, we've added in the ability to just make a little adjustment, like let's say a $400 adjustment, and save that. And then that becomes part of your position, and you can see it right here that it's an adjustment. You can add this as a row to groups, so it can also not only adjust your rolling P&L for that position, but it also, if I move it to a group, it will also affect the rolling P&L for that group. So just a little additional piece. Maybe you might not ever need it, but it's good to have it there just in case there's something that you need to add to be able to get your rolling P&L for a position to be accurate. So these are some nice new features that you can enjoy. If you want to use Optionsmith and you're not already, please send an email to support@optionsmith.com and we will get you set up with a 14-day trial, and after that you can decide if you want to continue. So again, thank you for tuning in. We'll talk to you next time.